Proud of these guys. I love this guy. I'm falling in love with this guy. I don't know you well enough to love you yet. I'm working on it. I do. I do. Working on it. Just a great win for Auburn. Great environment for college basketball. It felt like a March game. Didn't feel like November. I can't tell you the bench and how engaged they were. They're communicating with each other. Johni is a terrific leader. And he's led by example more this year than any year he's been there with his attitude, with his practice, with his unselfishness, really. And so he just wins. And he's an absolute monster down in there. And his defense is awfully good. He can guard anybody out there on the floor. So really proud of my senior. And Tahaad's is a special young man. He's got great talent. And sometimes when you talk about guys' talent, you think they don't work at it. He's worked at his game, but absolutely not afraid of the moment. Both of them have got great families, great families, and they play for their families. These two guys play as much for the name on the front of their jersey as they do the back of their jersey. That Broome family, it matters. That Pettiford family, it matters. And they both they both fallen in love with Auburn, and we're the beneficiary. Like my team, we got stuff to work on. We're going to get better.
All right.
And last thing is just Kelvin Sampson in Houston. Nobody does it better in this country. The winningest program in the last 4 years, and he's one of the best coaches to ever coach this game.
All right, we'll start with players first. Ferg.
Tahaad, you guys are down 9 in the second half. Best defense in the country. Just what was the key for y'all to come back and know that shots were going to fall eventually?
We preached all week that it's a 40-minute game, it's not 20. So just because we're down doesn't mean that we're not gonna have a run to come back and do what we have to do. So we just kept pushing until the clock hit 0.
Congratulations on your win, first and foremost. Despite the adversity you guys had traveling here, how did you stay focused to come out victorious on tonight's game? Anybody can.
Well, stuff happens, but at the end of the day, we came in to play basketball. So, everybody was locked in with each other. We're our brother's keepers, so, we have a strong family here. And we came out here and won the basketball game.
Thank you.
Chris, did you have one?
Johni, what was it about their defense that you saw that took advantage of the high screens and you get easy layup opportunities?
Well, like you said, they have one of the best defenses in the country. The coaches drew a very great game plan up, and we started putting in ball screens and allowing them to put 2 on the ball, and then taking advantage of disadvantages. And we put the ball in Tahaad in Denver in our guards' hands, and they gave me good looks, and I just finished.
Johni, just what can you say about Tahaad? Guy in his second game to have the game that he did.
Man, he's special. I always give him a hard time. We have a good relationship, and he's like a little brother to me. So it felt good to see him hitting big shots and leading his team as well to victory.
All right, one more for the players, and then we'll let them go.
Broome, you just really spoke about. Can you just really mention? I know what was going through your mind when you saw your freshman right here knocking down the big shots and stepping up like he was the senior.
Man, it felt, like I said, it felt great. Once he hit one, I know he can get hot quick. So I started trying to find him a little bit more, and I just kept giving him confidence to keep going. Don't stop, keep going. And he just kept delivering. So it was great to see.
All right, guys, you can go. 3 for Coach. Ferg.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Okay.
BP, I know you always like to point to your assistants, especially when you guys play
Yeah.
well. Virgo and Steven on offense
Yeah.
and defense. Just what can you say about them in the way?
I can't say enough about our coaching staff and our preparation. First of all, Stephen Pearl had to scout just an incredible game plan, man, he is ready. Mike Burgomaster called every offensive play in the second half. I went with every play he put forward. And we did a pretty good job designing some plays this week. We had some things in this week that we hadn't shown yet, and they particularly in the second half, particularly late, and so, man, it's hard to get good looks and to shoot 57% in the second half against a Kelvin Sampson defense is unheard of. Great execution and great game. It was just a great organization, great
Right.
team effort.
Henry and then Chris to end.
Bruce, in the second half defensively, y'all were able to limit LJ Cryer. What'd y'all do defensively to kind of limit them?
You know, Denver Jones is one of the best defensive guards in the country, and nobody talks about it. Okay, but I'm going to. Denver Jones is one of the best defensive guards in the country. He is big, strong, physical, fast, powerful, and he wants to win. There wasn't anybody in the locker room any happier than Denver, and he's a scorer. He led the Conference USA in scoring at Florida International. Came here to Auburn and just wants to win. And you know, some of those, you know, just like taking Tahaad under his wing, and Tahaad could do some special things offensively, but those other guys guard. How about Chris Moore and his defense? How about Cheney Johnson and his stat line? I mean, Cheney Johnson was a Division II player a year and a half ago, and he was against a formidable physical front line in Houston. And I feel like our front line won that battle.
All right, Chris, last question.
Coach, just what are your thoughts on your Auburn fans coming to support you?
I mean, it was amazing. It's just Auburn being Auburn. It's talks about how far our program has come. It helped that football had a bye week this week, and so we sort of got that football traveling crowd. But they were entertained, and it was just a great game. And the game felt like it was March, didn't it? I mean, it felt like a tournament game. It didn't feel like an early November game. College basketball's in a pretty good spot right now.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.